Okay, so we are here at Speedway Harley-Davidson, and today we're going to be doing a first ride on the new Lowrider S. The one thing I want to point out up front is the major upgrades that happened to the 2022 Lowrider S. One thing they did was increase the travel on the suspension in the rear to give you a better lean angle as well as a better performance in the ride. The biggest update is the 117 that this bike has deserved for so long is finally in there. So we're going to see if we notice a noticeable difference between the 117, because I have ridden the 114 as well, and I'm going to talk to you about the feel of it as well as how beneficial is it that the Speedo has been relocated. If you'd like to know some more details regarding this 2022 Lowrider S, make sure you check out the video listed in the description below, as well as there'll be a link at the end of this video where Jesse goes over some of the major changes in the 2022 model year. Let's get her cranked up. So one thing you notice immediately, and I don't know if it's that noticeable of a difference, is the sound that the bike puts out. I don't know if they readjusted the exhaust, but it does sound a lot better stock than the previous year. Okay, instantly feeling a little bit more torque there out of that 117. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling a lot more low end torque, and you can hear the grumble of the exhaust on this bike. Now, one thing I will say is I love the relocation of the speedometer, and I love the upgrade to the speedometer, because I no longer have to look down at the tank to be able to see what speed I'm going, what RPM I'm in, or how many miles I got left on this tank of gas. Yeah, it's definitely a torquey bike, and you can tell that this is Harley-Davidson's sport-oriented motorcycle. Now, you know, before you had a few choices when it came to the 114 motor. As far as the Lowrider S, you could pick that up. You could pick up the Fat Bob. You could pick up the Street Bob and get that with the 114. But now if you want that serious performance ride, you're going to go with the Lowrider S, because it comes with that 117 motor. It's going to have a much better lean angle now, and I'm noticing the suspension, it feels good. Like, I'm not feeling any of these imperfections in the road. It's still firm where I feel connected to the road, but it's not like you're not feeling any of the bumps. Like, here's a little bump right here, let's see. Nope, didn't feel that at all. So you're going to get more travel in the rear, which is going to be perfect for that performance rider, or if you're going out carving the canyons. It's going to give you a little bit more of a lean angle because the bike's going to sit up a little bit more. And if you did choose to put a passenger pillion on here and throw a passenger on it, I do believe it's going to help with that as well, as far as what your passenger is going to be feeling in the rear. If you are not from the North Carolina area, welcome to Concord, North Carolina. That's the NASCAR raceway right there. It's Charlotte Speedway. We'll be stopping over there at the end of this ride to get some images of the bike. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to take it down this back road over here. It has a couple little twisties to see how she handles in a curve, and to see if the change in the suspension made things better for carving. So right now the bike feels comfortable. Let's see what happens when we get in that lean angle. Oh yeah. The lean angle definitely, I feel like, has improved. I didn't even lean it over that much, but I felt like I had so much more that I could lean it over if you're in like a tight twisty or whatnot as far as that lean angle. I feel like on the previous model, you'd come a little bit closer to scraping pegs. Let's see how she handles these curves. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah. The bike handles tremendously well. It's very stable at speed. The suspension is amazing, as well as that 117 motor is going to pull you through the curve without any issues whatsoever. Like, look at that. And I feel like just by doing a few minor things, such as putting on a 2-in-1 exhaust, things like that, you're going to unleash quite a bit more power out of this bike. So if there's someone looking at this bike and you're looking for a motorcycle that you can get and keep long term, grow into, not even grow into, because the power plant on this thing is tremendous, but a bike that you will not get bored with, I feel like this is it right here. This is the perfect option for you. She just continuously pulls. Now, as far as the styling of this bike, we're actually going to turn around here and go back so I can head up to the Speedway to get some photos of the bike. I'm not supposed to be doing this, but it is what it is. Now, as far as the styling of this bike, it's going to be that classic Harley-Davidson styling that a lot of people have grown to love. As far as that club style look, you can throw on some taller risers to get a definite club style appearance out of this bike, or you can ride it in its configuration right here, which is perfect. Like, my arms, they feel comfortable. They don't feel like I'd get tired on an extended ride. The one thing I will say is, while the bike does sound a lot better, it's definitely a little bit more beefier sound coming out of the exhaust. I wish there was a way that Harley-Davidson could make the bikes sound the way they're going to sound when you put on a new pipe or a slip-on. But I understand it's due to regulations as far as how the noise regulations as well as emissions and things like that. They have to put these quieter exhaust pipes on there, but I'm pretty sure they know that most people who buy this bike are going to swap those pipes out. It's nice to see that they included that high flow breather with the Lowrider S. You know, I believe that's an expensive add-on that you're getting with the bike initially, and it does help with the performance of the bike because the bike obviously has been tuned to this exhaust pipe and that breather. So if you wanted to just take your Lowrider S and ride it as is, just throw some slip-ons on it to get a little bit better sound, you're already at that point. Oh yeah, she feels so good. It's like it'll just lean over without any problem. All you do is twist that throttle just a little bit and you're going to get plenty of performance out of this bike. So if during these two videos we did not answer some of the questions you may have about this Lowrider S, definitely comment down below and we'll make a follow-up video to be able to answer all of those questions. Also, let me know, what do y'all think about the new color, the gunship gray? I love this color on the Lowrider S. I feel like it's one of those kind of muscle car or hot rod type of colors. I feel like they picked the perfect two colors for it. They got the gunship gray and it also comes in black. Now, while we're sitting here, you can see the display, some of the changes in it. You got your tachometer, you got your speedo right there. Just by pressing this button right here, you can cycle through the different options, such as right now we have it on remaining miles to this tank of gas. You can go through time, it's not set up. You can see your RPMs there. You also can see how many miles are currently on the bike. Then you got your trip A, your trip B, and then you're back to your remaining miles. The display is very visible. I can see everything that's going on there. And now that it's front and center, right there in front of my face, you know, I pay attention to it a lot more as far as where my RPMs are, the speed I'm going, because I don't have to look down at the tank, which is a pro. Oh yeah, she'll lean right over. So we're gonna slide on up here in the Charlotte Speedway and get some photos of this bike. If you'd like to see the photos that we take of the motorcycles, definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends, comment, like, We want to make sure that we're bringing you all the content that you want to see on the channel. Now, where I'm going to take this picture, these photos, I'll say, is, luckily it's not busy over here. We'll just put it like that. But again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like and comment below. Let us know what you want to see next. But we'll check you out in that next video. I'm going to knock out these photos real quick. But my first impressions of this bike is it rides amazing.